Hi, everyone. Welcome to the 700 Club. I'm Andrew Knox in for Gordon Robertson today. Own it, find it, and fix it. That's what the Secretary of Transportation has promised to do in the wake of the computer glitch that grounded airlines across the nation yesterday.
Thousands of flights sat on the ground for hours while engineers worked to fix the problem. The shutdown spotlights the airline industry's critical need for a computer system upgrade. Dale Hurd has the story.
A single corrupted file in the Federal Aviation Administration computer system was all it took to shut down America's airline industry.
When I walk in, it's just pure chaos.
We got called for boarding, started the boarding, and then all of a sudden they called us off.
NOTAM, the Notice to Air Mission system, which provides real-time safety information for pilots before takeoff, went down Tuesday night and didn't come back until morning. More than 10,000 U.S. flights were delayed and over 1,300 canceled. The first nationwide ground stoppage since 9/11 has exposed a federal agency and an industry that critics say need a massive technology overhaul. Experts say the Southwest Airlines computer meltdown over the holidays that led to 15,000 flight cancellations was an example of what can go wrong in an industry that has been one of the slowest to adopt new cloud-based and analytics technologies needed for a complicated transportation network.
We're going to own it, we're going to find it, and we're going to fix it.
My question for the administration and for the FAA leadership is, hey, we're paying you guys a lot of money. We expect you to be on top of this and to have backup systems to keep our aviation system up and running.
But global enterprise technology expert Tim Crawford says even a backup plan might not be enough.
It's a combination of antiquated systems and potential complexity. When you get into these really, really complicated systems like what the FAA runs and frankly what airlines run, passenger and partner revenue, cargo revenue, crew management systems, plane management and operational systems, baggage. When something goes a little off the reservation, that's when we start to see the snowball effect.
Critics say the FAA has the money it needs to do the job better. A $23 billion annual budget. It not only gets government funding, but collects fees from airports. Meanwhile, a similar system in Canada is experiencing problems, but officials say the two outages aren't related. Critics say one revision the FAA made to the NOTAM system in 2021 was to change its name from Notice to Airmen to Notice to Air Missions, making it gender neutral. Dale Hurd, CBN News.
Thank you, Dale. It's been a rough few weeks in the airline industry, certainly. And, of course, more than anything, we want and hope for safety for passengers and the crew and the pilots. And difficult time right now to work for an airline with understandably unhappy customers. Terry, do you remember, I mean, the airline industry has certainly changed. Remember, you used to get a flight a couple hours long, you'd get a nice meal maybe, kind of on the house, and you may even have someone smoking a cigarette behind you in the old days.
I always laugh that they put the non-smokers in the front and the smokers in the back, so that smoke just kind of rolled toward
It's hard to even fathom that we used to be on airplanes with people smoking right behind us.
Crazy.
Anyway, we're hoping that system improves soon.
Yes.
In other news, during the first week in control of the House of Representatives, Republicans are sending a strong message by taking up measures to protect the unborn. Ephraim Graham has more on that story from the CBN newsroom. Ephraim.
Andrew, the GOP is putting abortion front and center of its agenda. Wednesday, the Republican-led House passed a bill requiring health care workers to provide life-saving care to babies who survive an abortion. Failing to provide such care could result in fines or up to 5 years in prison. The House also approved a measure condemning recent attacks on pro-life facilities, groups, and churches. Scores of churches and crisis pregnancy centers have been attacked since the Supreme Court decision overturning Roe v. Wade became public. The Department of Justice has been criticized for failing to make arrests in most of those cases. Damar Hamlin is home from the hospital. The nation has followed the Buffalo Bills player's journey after suffering cardiac arrest on the field during Monday Night Football last week. The frightening event sparking prayers nationwide. Wednesday, the Bills tweeted doctors released the 24-year-old from the hospital after undergoing a comprehensive medical evaluation at Buffalo General Hospital. Hamlin's doctor said he was safely discharged to continue his rehabilitation at home and with the Bills. Doctors have called Hamlin's recovery remarkable, while others are calling it as well an answer to prayer. An answer to prayer indeed. Andrew?
Thanks, Ephraim. Well, we celebrate this miracle. So many just were glued to their TVs. I know in our home we were when this injury occurred. So frightening, and so much prayer from those in the NFL, on the teams, coaches, football fans, and even non-football fans. We celebrate this wonderful news.